Hey guys, Chris here. You join me here in the 2018 Audi Q8, and in today's video I'm going to give you guys a tour of the MMi, the new MMi infotainment system. But bear with me guys, I'm not very familiar with it, so we're just gonna, discover things as we go along here. I have played a little with it in the A7. I've played a little with it in the A6 and also here in the new Q8, but I'm not too familiar with it. But that will also probably show you guys if it's easy to use, if it's easy to navigate yourself around it. So we'll start with the virtual cockpit digital gauge cluster, which is just above 12 inches because it's what I'm most familiar with. It's what is like a carryover from older Audis. The rest of the infotainment system is just brand new for this generation. This is what it looks like. Here we have the gauges minimized, and then we have the map maximized. You can adjust that by the view button here on the steering wheel, and that gives you larger gauges. You can also toggle between different settings with the button here on the steering wheel and get different settings, and you can also scroll between the settings with the scroll wheel here. So here we have time and date, fuel consumption, short-term memory, long-term memory, energy consumption, driver assist, so on and so forth. But the way I like driving it is with the map there and then with the view maximized. It's just a beautiful gauge cluster, the best in the business today in my opinion. So here we have it, the brand new MMi system. You'll find this in the A8, the A6, the A7, and now in the Q8. And this has the upgraded Navigation Pro, which gives you a 10.1 inch diagonal screen here. You can get a smaller screen, and also a bigger screen will be available. And then you have the lower screen down here, which is 8 inches. So let's go ahead and show you guys the lower screen first. Here you have climate control, and well, it just works by pressing the buttons. You have to press a bit harder than what I'm used to. I'm used to the Sensus infotainment system in the new Volvos, but it does have haptic feedback, and it just feels like glass. I think this is actually glass. It just feels really nice and really solid. And you get the temperatures up here on the second screen, which I do feel is a bit redundant, spending even more real estate, especially these large symbols here. It's enough for me to just have it down here. Might be able to deactivate that, but you just adjust the temperature up and down here for the left side and the right side, and then you can, turn on auto, turn off auto, do whatever you want. And then you have the heat seaters here. You can also get cooled seats in this car if I'm not mistaken. AC max, and then you have down here you have different functions. So you can sync in the rear if you want, and then you can turn everything off, AC max. And then up here you can set 2 air conditioner functions to the buttons in the lower display. To do so, press and hold the required functions. Okay. And then here you have auxiliary heating. So you can, with this car which has that, you can do that via an app or via the key fob. I think I have the key fob here. So if you see in my interior and exterior tour of this car, you recognize this key fob, which you can use to activate and control the auxiliary heater. But you can also do that with the app. So that's what that looks like. You can also program it here, pre-program it into the MMi. And then you have settings up here. So footwell temperature, you can do a different footwell temperature for the driver and the passenger, which is separate from the temperature here. So 1 degree cooler, 20 degrees here, 21 degrees here, 20 degrees in the driver footwell, which is, well, some people might like that. Automatic supplementary heater. I have no idea what that is, but okay. So that was the rear mode exit. No, rear. Yeah, okay. Exit rear mode. You can control the rear from there. You can turn everything off from here. And then you have automatic heat or air recycling there. And then that's basically the climate control. Works like a normal climate control. You can choose here where the air goes to. but you want to set that to auto, and then you can adjust the fan speed here. You also get the animation up there on the screen, but just set that to auto. Up here you have to deactivate auto start stop. You have auto hill hold here, or not auto hill hold, hill assist or hill descent control. Lane keep assist you can turn on and off here. And then this is for steering when you have a trailer hitched. This we're going to do in a while, right afterwards. And then you have head-up display controls there. And then you can turn the top screen off there. This is shortcuts. So you can have pre-programmed shortcuts down here. I'm going to show you guys how we do that. So then we're going to move up to the top screen, which we have home, we have radio, we have media, and we have phone, and then we have the map. So like the map in the 12-inch digital gauge cluster, you have a map here also of really high quality, really high resolution. You can also get this with Google Maps. This car doesn't have that. Nope. I don't think it actually has Google Maps. But we're going to go through that afterwards. But I just want to show you guys the different screens. So let's go to radio, for example, and we want to choose this radio station here, P5 Fredrikstad. You long press that, store as a favorite or store as a shortcut. So it's now been stored as a shortcut. You have it here. You want to remove that? You exit out like that. You can also, can you move them around? You can move them around. So you can hear we've set a destination as a shortcut. So we press done here, and then we press that destination.
The route is being calculated.
Which is just completely brilliant. That's really nice to have shortcuts. Makes everything easier. So the functions you want to use often, you can just have them here. So your home address, you can have other functions and other things, radio stations, meaning less time is taken off the road. So let's go home again, and well, let's go to here, and then let's just cancel that route guidance. How do we do that? That's a really good question. There, very easy. Just X the checkered flag there. So you have radio, media, telephone, navigation, phone apps, all those four you have here on the left side. And then you also have phone apps, you have car, and then you have settings, and then you have help, and then you can scroll like that. You have user, and then you have messages. Not going to go too into detail on the different things there, but we can check out media. You have different media sources. Go back home. You have telephone, which is self-explanatory. You have car settings, might be quite interesting. So Audi Drive Select. This car has Audi Drive Select, so adaptive dampers. You can set your individual settings down here. And there you can hear the air compressor going. So you can do drive system, suspension. For example, you want to do comfortable. You want to do balanced steering. You can adjust that and then preset that to your individual setting here on the Audi Drive Select. So go back home, or go back to car. You have vehicle information, efficiency assistance, seats. This is a bit counterintuitive because everything you adjust on the seat, you do it from the side controls on the actual seat. But if you want to adjust the length of the thigh support, you do it here on screen. So I actually had to have that explained to me. And you probably also have to have that explained to you because it's not intuitive having one seat function buried into a menu. So Audi put a button on the side instead. You can do light and vision. So here you can do, let's see if we can do interior color. Yeah, so maritime is our color now. You can do it brighter or more dim, which is actually really cool. And then you can do different colors here. Or you can do individual color. You can check. Let's see, individual color, contours, no, surface, color, there. So you can do different types of colors there. You have a lot of different types of colors. 30 different colors. If you can't find your color of choice there, well, then don't get this as an option. I'm going to put it back into maritime. You can also do exterior lighting, so automatic headlights, activation time, early, medium, late. So that is the automatic headlights. You can also do main beam assist. And you can also do the entry and exterior lights there, on and off. And you have more functions here. Service settings, steering wheel button. So you have a, as I showed you guys, you have a, or I don't know if I showed that in this video, but you have a programmable button on the steering wheel, which has a star icon. You can do different shortcuts for that button. So do we have more interesting things to show here? Driver assistance. You can do an individual setting, medium or basic or maximum. Just depends on how much of the driver assistance you want to have activated. So let's go into the navigation screen here. So I think it's very simple, the setup. You don't have too many menus to dive into. You know, Volkswagen Group have been doing touchscreens for many years. The Volkswagen Infotainment System has been very good and one of the best for many years. So when Audi, their sister company, wants to make it, I think they got a lot of knowledge from the guys at Volkswagen, because this is just, it's reminiscent of the Volkswagen system, but more premium, feels more solid and more polished. So here you have the map. So you can do search, and you can write by using the touchpad here, but you can also use a QWERTY keyboard if you want. So if you want to go Oslo center, start.
The route is being calculated.
So very simple, very simple. We want to X that destination. We're going to go search again, and then we want to use the touchpad, or well, let's see if we can do that again. Search, and then we want to use the touchpad. So you go O-S-L-O, Oslo.
O-S-L-O.
Just very nice, very responsive, very easy to use. So I imagine using the touchpad while driving and entering a destination will be much easier than using the QWERTY setup. So that's what that looks like. You also have, you know, traffic messages. You have settings here for navigation, also map settings. Yeah, just your normal map settings, orientation, 3D, stuff like that. And voice guidance, which I'm not a particular fan of. I always turn that off. And traffic avoidance, automatic, manual, allow motorways. Yeah, do all your settings in here. Motor rail, ferries, you know, the typical stuff. And also you can go into your route information if you want that, and you can also customize that. In some Audis it's a bit annoying because it takes up a lot of real estate here on the left side. So let's see if we can do that again. Start.
The route is being calculated.
So since the screen is so wide here, it's not that annoying. But in our Audi A4 we have a much more narrow screen. So this, the route information is always up there, taking up all this real estate instead of, you know, coming up when it's relevant or coming closer. But here, since the screen is so wide, you have it all the way to the left there. So there you go, guys. That was just a quick tour of the 12-inch virtual cockpit here in the Audi Q8, as well as the brand new MMi infotainment system. I hope I covered all the things you guys wanted me to cover. If not, comment down below, let me know what I missed, and I'll try to, you know, make it better in a future video. So if you like this video, please drop me a thumbs up down below, and for more car content, as always, guys, please subscribe. See you guys later, and goodbye.